everybody, it's Mike and I've got another video for y'all. It's about pickups that go in your guitar. So we can talk about anything with pickups, right? There's like a million different things. There's vintage, there's modern, there's humbuckers, there's soap bars or P90s, there's Filtertrons, there's wide range, there's all this stuff. But this is gonna be about two different kinds of pickups. And I'm gonna talk about vintage pickups, like you would see in an American original 50s or 60s Strat, and modern pickups that I put into my American Special. And I've got the Fender Hot Noiseless pickups in these. These are pretty sick Strat pickups. They boom, but they're still pretty clear, even at like high volume and everything. Even at low volume, actually, is more of the, you know, a kind of a concern for like higher output pickups. But they're sick. They just serve a different purpose compared to these, which is supposed to sound like older and maybe a little more clear and, I hate saying this, but like bell-like. If you don't know about pickups, you're gonna be like, bell-like what? It's a way, if we're talking about like a balanced tone, right? Like the bass, the mids, the treble is balanced, and it kind of just has that boom kind of ring out when you strike it, or when you hit the string. Whereas these are gonna be a little more, like you're gonna have more bass. You might kind of have like that scooped mid sound, but the trebles are gonna be great. You're gonna be able to get some like soaring kind of leads, like, you know, from it. So that's awesome. Just kind of like two different things. It'd be really awesome if you're like recording to play both of these guitars on different parts, like rhythm, solo, or depending what you're doing, rhythm, solo. But anyways, just kicking it off, American Original Strat. It's got the Pure Vintage 59 Fender pickup in there. They basically modeled it after a 59 Strat pickup. They used all the same kind of like cloth and everything that they wrapped around it and all that kind of stuff. It's super nice and like organized inside the guts here, but it just gives it an awesome sound. Here it is on that awesome fourth, you know, in between the neck and middle pickup. How do you describe bell-like? I don't know, you just kind of do. Playing some bluesy kind of stuff. Go to your neck pickup and you're gonna get a nice fat tone. But still nice and clear, right? Like that's a neck pickup. Or you know, it's just got some awesome stuff. Oh, get that other, that position 2, the neck and middle. Duck quacky kind of sound, like that classic Strat sound. All right. So I will lower the pickup in the middle. You can't see it here. I don't know what I'm doing. But you can basically adjust the height. So like the closer the pickup is to the guitar, then the louder that sound's gonna be, right? So like if you have that pickup sunk all the way down into that pick guard, it's gonna be a little bit lighter, right? And it's gonna change the tone of how you're playing. So I tend to keep like my neck and my bridge pickup a little bit higher in the middle and, you know, sunken down a little bit. It's also really helpful for when you're in your second and fourth positions, your out of phase positions. It makes it a little bit brighter and easier to hear. If everything was all raised up and close to the string, it's gonna be, you might lose some of that quackiness like I was talking about, like this quackiness. But yeah, the middle, like I was saying, nice even ring out. It's pretty awesome. But yeah, like all of those sound nice, like pretty old, right? Like it sounds like a guitar that you'd use on a classic rock record, like the Eagles or Skynyrd or Stevie Ray Vaughan or anything like that. So super awesome, great sounding. It serves a purpose for a certain style of music, right? I haven't done the bridge pickup yet. Bridge is actually pretty solid because it's not like that ice picky, which when people say ice picky, you're like, why is this like a big term for bridge pickups? Ice picky means just super shrill, and like when you hear it, you don't hear ice pickiness here. Like you hear a nice, it's trebly. But it's like still nice and bell-like and, round and, still pretty warm sounding. And it's a single coil, right? So all in all, great set of pickups, really awesome for vintage sounding stuff. I was contemplating switching them out when I first got the guitar because I was like, man, I'm so used to playing this other guitar, like I might have to put noiseless in everything. And then I was like, this is like a vintage spec guitar. I should probably try and stay closer to that. That way, like every time I pick it up, like I have that mojo, right? Like I feel like I'm holding something vintage, so I want to play something more vintage versus playing a newer guitar and trying to make it sound like an old beat up piece of wood. Like it's just not, the vibe's not going to be the same, So anyways, this is great. I'll play this one in a second and I'll show you the hot noiseless, the modern sounding pickups, right? But this is just... Anyways, on to the next one. So I wanted noiseless because I was tired of hearing all this hum, and so I got the hot noiseless because I was like, I want to play like everything on this guitar. I want to play loud rock, I want to play, cooler, jazzier kind of stuff, and these pickups really do let me do that. It has that classic like noiseless sound, which is, I don't even know if it's a classic sound, but it's a modern sound. It is something where some people say it's plasticky, which is like a common derogatory mark towards these kinds of pickups that are often said. Ask yourself, like, is that plasticky? Is it, I say chirp all the time. So like my in-between, my out of phase, my 2 and 4 position playing, I like it to chirp like a freaking bird, right? Or quack, or spank, whatever you want to call it. You can play like a funk on that. Just super slinky sounding and awesome. But the neck is awesome. The middle, again, don't neglect your middle pickup, play some rhythm on it, right? If you're just... So anyways, talking about the difference in the pickups. Notice how those are louder, right? I don't know if you could tell on this, but it sounds louder to me. I haven't changed any volume settings or any pedal settings on the amp or pedals I got. I'm running it through a Wampler Ego compressor just to kind of level things out. It just wants to be loud. It wants to be a Strat and be loud, and it serves an awesome purpose. So that is kind of, my rundown of the vintage and modern kind of pickups. If you're playing old school stuff like classic rock, you're probably gonna be set with vintage. If you're playing new school stuff like your 80s and 90s David Gilmour, right? Like that is a kind of play, as a sound where I feel like would be very good on these kinds of pickups, because he went through a bunch of different ones, and you end up getting that, you know, nice clear but kind of compressed sound out of the modern pickups, you know. Killer pickups. Make your mind up. If you're trying to pick out which pickups you want, are you playing modern stuff? Are you going to be doing a lot of lead work? Maybe go hot, noiseless, or some kind of noiseless pickup, or some kind of high output pickup. Any combination of those would probably do you right. If you're going retro, you know, kind of period correct, vintage, and you're more of a purist, go with the vintage, like low output, right? Let the pedals do the work. Let the amp do the work. Crank your stuff up. Anyways, it's been fun. I gotta go. Take it easy. Until next time.